Hi, my name is Bauknecht, and I am the associate broker here at SETI Real Estate in Hamden, Connecticut. And I want to talk to you about buyer brokerage a little bit here and how I see my role in the whole process. Let me start off by saying, first of all, anybody can show you houses. Anybody can book appointments. Anybody can show up on time and say, ooh, look at this, look at that, let's do this, let's do that. Buyer brokerage, the real meat and potatoes of it is in the negotiations and in the procedural aspect of the deal. Negotiations are huge. You can literally save thousands of dollars if you have a professional real estate agent like myself who is setting you up in a position so that your goals are being met and not the seller's. So how do you do that? Let me give you two examples. You're getting pre-approved. I got a pre-approval letter. Great. You're doing yourself a disservice. Really what you should be doing is getting yourself pre-qualified. The difference between approved and qualified is when you're pre-qualified, you have given all of your tax records, your social security numbers, your W-2s, your W-4s, whatever they want, everything, to your mortgage broker. Then they give it to the real people in the mortgage industry, and those people are the underwriters. The underwriters look everything over, and they say, okay, you are qualified to buy a $200,000 house, okay? That means that you're done. You are qualified for that money. The only thing that is going to make this deal fall apart is the seller side. Maybe the house doesn't appraise out. Maybe there's a problem with the house. Maybe there's an issue with the sellers. Whatever the case may be, it's always going to be about either the sellers or the house itself. The power that a pre-qualification letter gives me on your behalf in the negotiations is huge, because such a big part of the selling process is not only finding somebody who wants to buy your house, but finding somebody who can pull the trigger on actually getting that mortgage by having a pre-qualification letter. You are essentially saying to the sellers, we're ready to go. You don't have to worry about this. And it has been my experience, especially in the past 2-3 years where mortgages have been really tough to get, being pre-qualified has saved my clients thousands of dollars. And on top of it, if there's a competing bid in, they're going to go with your bid more so than they will with somebody who's just pre-qualified. Because the pre-approved is not as solid as being pre-qualified because you've already gone through underwriting. So that's tip number one. Even before you get to that standpoint, tip number two entails the appraisal. Appraisals run about $400, and if you're a solid borrower and should have no problems getting a mortgage, the mortgage broker is going to know that right away. He or she is going to have a very, very good idea of whether or not you're a waste of time or you really can actually pull the trigger on a mortgage. If you're well qualified, 700 credit score, a couple of bucks in the bank, you certainly have enough money for the down deposit, some money for the closing costs, and money left over. Banks like to see that you're not broke when you move in. The mortgage broker is going to know this. And they're going to want your business terribly. And you should use that to your advantage. Here's how. Let me give you a scenario. You know, Frank, my wife and I are looking for a mortgage company, and it's really up between you and John. My wife wants to use John, but I'd like to use you. But, you know, everything's sort of the same. The rates, the terms, everything is sort of the same. Is there anything that you can do to kind of push me over the edge so that I can convince my wife to use you? And that's when you bring up the appraisal. and you say, look, if I pay for the appraisal up front when we have it done, when we get to the closing table, will you credit me that $400? 6 or 7 times out of 10, the answer will be yes, because they want your business. Does it work all the time? No. But doesn't mean you don't try. And again, it's agents that propose these types of suggestions throughout the whole process that are the better agents to work with. I've been doing this for 10 years now. I know all the steps. I know what to look for and what to tweak in each of those steps. And speaking of these steps, if you go to the top of my homepage here, you'll see it's called the Home Buyer's Guide. It's right here up at the top. And that's going to give you a step-by-step process of how we're going to buy the house that you have to make your home. But my 2 points here illustrate that there is a lot of room on each one of these points to negotiate and to better your situation through this process. So take a look at the Home Buyer's Guide. It gives you a very good, clear-cut idea of how we would work through the process. Also, if you notice, one of the sub-tabs there under Home Buyer's Guide is real estate forms. I have all the current real estate forms up on my website. You should look at them. You should read through them during the commercials at night. That's the kind of stuff you should be doing your research on. If you're spending your nights searching Trulia, Weichert, even my website, it's really a waste of time. When I deal with buyers, I set them up on a search right on the MLS. And the MLS is the exchange in which all real estate salespeople and real estate brokers advertise to each other their listings. And currently, right now, the search that I have up is a search in Hamden between $200,000 and $325,000. And there's 59 houses available in Hamden. This is what's available, not anywhere else. Anywhere else is secondhand information. Some of it is inaccurate. A lot of it is very old. So what I would do is, if you came on board, if we formulated a team here, I would set you up with a search based upon what you're pre-qualified for, what you're looking for, the towns, bedrooms, and then everything just gets emailed right to your normal email. So instead of spending countless hours online at night searching for homes, they come to you. And the best thing is that you get all the same information that I see as a real estate broker right here at my desk. You'll get all the pictures, you'll get the tax information, the assessments. Everything that I see, you'll see right in your inbox in your email. You open up the link, looks good. Kurt, let's go see this one. Okay, when do you want to go? You don't want to see it? Delete. Forget about it. As new listings come on the market, you'll get the email from the MLS system. It's the most time-efficient way of looking for properties, but you're not really looking because they're coming to you. So that is another way that I like to try to save my clients time and effort. Certainly the Home Buyer's Guide is a nice thing for you to look over, as well as the real estate forms that I have up on my website. I would suggest you take a look at that. And if you think as though we might be a match, let's try it out. Give me a call. Shoot me an email. And say, you know what, Kurt, I saw your video. I'd like to interview you further. Here's 2 houses I'd like to see. When can we see them? I set it up. We go take a look at the house. And that'll give you the other side of home buying. How do I look at a property? When I walk in, what do I see? I've been in hundreds of homes. I've renovated tons of homes and apartments. I can tell when I walk in and say, this is, Home Depot stuff, or no, you know what? They spent some money here. I can tell. These are the types of insights, along with the asking for the appraisal credit and the being pre-qualified over the pre-approval letter. These are the little things that are really big things that your agent needs to be making sure you're doing. And if I'm fortunate enough to work with you, you can guarantee that you've got somebody on your side that's going to look out for only your interests. I thank you for your time. And please give me a call or shoot me an email if you have any further questions. Thank you.